Now, why this session matters, as I told you, only if you are transparent about what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you're doing it, you will be able to create for yourself greater possibilities. If you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know why you're doing it, and if you don't know how you're doing it, not having a structure, a system in place, you are creating possibilities that do not have sufficient clarity to be reproduced over and over again. And as we know, repetition is the mastery of all skills. So unless you have something in place in your business, in your services, in your offer that can be reproduced over and over again to add more value to your clients, you will not create a business that has the clarity and the possibilities that it's truly holding within. And to me, business is a spiritual game. It's energy. It's all about energy. And it's about adding more value and giving more to your clients, enhancing their life than anybody else in the market. You will be better and ahead of the game in the market that you're in the area that you're in, if you're giving more value and you're giving more to your clients, making their life better than anybody else around you. So always come from a place of being a contributor, somebody who is there to help versus somebody who is there to take. Another principle is that you are not a Pilates teacher. I know it sounds off, but you are not a Pilates teacher in your business. That's what you are as an executor. That's what you are, as an employee. But you are in your business. In the studio, you're a Pilates teacher. In your business, you have to be a problem solver, you have to be an optimizer, and you have to be an amplifier. If you're not solving problems in your company, if you're not optimizing your company, that's what we're doing today. If you're not amplifying, meaning enhancing your business, you are not doing your job as a business owner. If I can, I must. Not if I can, I should. Or if I can, I could. That's wishful thinking. But if I can do something about it, Christiane, you must do something about it. This is thinking like an entrepreneur. A CEO, if we can, we must. If we cannot, we find a way we can. And then we must. So do it with me. Say it out loud. We're going to say it at least 10 or 15 times. But if I can, I must. If I can, I must. Again, it's silly, but these are called incantation. And incantations are things that are going to help you physically feel it and do it. And there comes a posture with it. We need to put it out in the world with sound, with presence, and it's a mantra. And incantations are mantras. And for me, if I can, I must. If ever I'm in front of a problem and I'm like, okay, well, if I can, I must. So there's 5 keys to business. If you manage those well, if you implement them well, your business will never fail. Remember in the coaching session last week, we're going to continue with it this week, tomorrow, we talked about the life cycle of a business, the 10 cycles from birth to infant, to toddler, to being a teenager, to being a young adult, to being a mature stage, to eventually have a midlife crisis, to eventually age, to be institutionalized, and eventually to die. So there's 10 steps to a full cycle of rebirth. But you can be reborn at any given stage. You don't have to wait until you die to come back. That are breakthroughs. These are revelations where you're like, oh, hang on, I need to adjust, I need to adapt, I need to anticipate. And you are rebirthing yourself. So the 5 keys are anticipation, response, progress, giving, and measure. If you know how to anticipate in your business, if you know how to respond with actions in your business, if you know how to grow and create progress in your business, if you know how to confidently give with your business, and you know how to measure in your business, you have no reason to not accumulate success year after year, accelerating your success. Optimizing your offer means what brings in the most return? What is the place where you are having the largest numbers and the biggest margins, because not all of your offers are equal in value, in time, or in energy. And know which ones bring the highest. You want to measure where people are coming from. And the first way to make more money is to cut your costs, to share your costs. So let's look at your costs, because that's the first place you need to start optimizing your business. So it's about realigning your costs, not just cutting them. You want to realign them, optimize them. So 12 hours on the app at home or 10 hours in the studio. It's the same income. By 50 francs, it's the same income. Where do I have potential to make more money? Can I make more money being in the studio 10 hours? Only if I charge more prices, right? Can I find more members in the app and make more money for those 12 hours invested? Yes. So I'm going to continue, because right now it's costing me only 2 hours extra per month than to be in the studio. But I have the potential to maybe double that, triple that, but not in the studio. I'm stuck in the studio. So know wisely where you're investing your time and what is the return on your investment. That time also equals money. And often spending more time at the studio is not where you're going to make more money. And that's where it's important that you understand that your time is your biggest cost. And I want you to not think bigger, like a lot of studios do, and grow bigger. I want you to grow more efficient, more high margined. That's the idea. Make your time more efficient, make your prices more efficient, make your services more efficient, make your running time more efficient. That way you have more free time and you have the money to spend on the free time. Now, the step number 5 before we end is, are you visible in the right places? Do people find you? Are you showing up in the places where people will find you? So visibility isn't just about you showing up. It's about showing up in the places consistently and with intention where the people are that you're looking for. The easiest way for you is to understand where you're losing time, energy, or income, is to understand where it is that it's leaking. Where does your ceiling leak? Where does your business leak? And the first places is that you're not tracking how your clients find you. Remember, Christiane, I said, find out where the clients are finding you. You had 4 clients you don't know. Ask. You were teaching low return classes out of habits. You stay in services or classes because you like the people, but you're charging too little. Okay? You have to adapt that. You are overcomplicating offers or prices. I have studios, they have so many formulas, I don't understand anything anymore. We have this offer and this offer. And you know, the beauty of these beautiful reformer studios is they have so many formulas. I don't even, it's like going to Starbucks. I want a frappo, mocha, chica, latte, macanato. And you have the pilato, lato, lita, latte, lattes. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, you have all these packages and all these systems, and then you can join the, I don't know what it's called, the likable club or the kindable clubs. And then they have these clubs, and then you're part of a club and you get a water bowl and you get some socks. They have all these packages, which are very fancy. But geez, I mean, it's like, you need a dictionary to understand what they're selling. And remember that, write this down. The moment you confuse, you lose. The moment you confuse, you lose. The moment you confuse them with your offer, you're losing them. So this is the cycle that is constantly happening with our emotions being whoop, whoop. I know we would like it to be like that, but breakthroughs and changes and transformations happen in waves. And the question is, how low do we fall into the wave to be able to pick ourselves back up? The roller coaster can be high in emotion, or it can be more mellow in emotion. But you have to understand that this is how transformation happens. It doesn't happen just because everything is beautiful. It happens because we are facing a certain resistance or a certain energy drop. And remember, if I can, I will, I must, and it's done.